to join us on a mission, putting words into action.
Will you stand up and fight to survive?
This terrorist group of yours
The Order unfolds as a gripping and intense crime thriller that pulls the audience deep into a dark chapter of history, where ideology, violence, and power collide in unsettling ways. The story is rooted in a real-world atmosphere, giving it a sense of authenticity that lingers throughout. At its core, the film explores the dangerous rise of an extremist group operating in the shadows, and the relentless pursuit of justice by a determined investigator who refuses to back down. From the very beginning, the tone feels heavy and ominous, setting up a narrative that is both suspenseful and emotionally charged. At the center of the story is Terry Husk, an experienced FBI agent who carries a quiet intensity and a deep sense of responsibility. He is not portrayed as a typical action hero, but rather as a thoughtful and persistent individual who understands the gravity of the threat he is facing. His journey begins as he starts uncovering fragments of a larger conspiracy, initially appearing as isolated criminal activities, but gradually revealing a coordinated and highly dangerous network. The deeper he digs, the more he realizes that he is not just dealing with ordinary crime, but with a group driven by a radical and deeply rooted ideology. On the other side of this conflict is Robert J. Matthews, a charismatic yet deeply unsettling figure who leads the extremist group known as the Order. His character is portrayed with a chilling calmness, making his actions even more disturbing. He believes strongly in his cause, and this conviction allows him to influence others, drawing them into a world where violence is justified in the name of a distorted vision. His leadership is both strategic and manipulative, and the film carefully shows how such figures can gain control over vulnerable minds. The contrast between Husk and Matthews creates a powerful dynamic, representing two opposing forces locked in an inevitable collision. As the narrative progresses, the film takes time to explore how the Order operates. It is not simply a group of individuals acting randomly, but a structured organization with clear objectives and calculated methods. Their actions are carefully planned, and their operations are carried out with precision, making them a formidable threat. The film highlights how they exploit fear and division, using these elements as tools to further their agenda. This portrayal adds a layer of realism, showing that such groups thrive not only on violence, but also on ideology and influence. The supporting characters play a crucial role in expanding the story and adding depth to the investigation. They provide different perspectives and contribute to the unfolding of events in meaningful ways. Some are allies who assist Husk in his mission, offering support and insight, while others are individuals who become entangled in the web created by the Order. Each character feels grounded and purposeful, helping to build a world that feels both believable and immersive. Their interactions bring emotional weight to the story, making the stakes feel even higher. One of the most compelling aspects of the film is its pacing. It does not rush through the events, but instead allows tension to build gradually. Each discovery leads to another question, and each confrontation reveals new layers of complexity. This slow burn approach keeps the audience engaged, as they are constantly trying to piece together the puzzle alongside the protagonist. The sense of urgency grows as the story moves forward, culminating in moments that feel both intense and inevitable. Visually, the film adopts a gritty and realistic style that complements its subject matter. The cinematography captures the bleakness of the environment, often using muted tones and stark contrasts to reflect the underlying tension. The settings feel authentic, whether it is the quiet isolation of remote locations or the structured chaos of investigative spaces. This attention to detail enhances the overall experience, making the story feel grounded and immediate. The emotional core of the film lies in the personal toll that such a mission takes on those involved. Husk is not immune to the pressure and danger that come with his pursuit. As he gets closer to uncovering the truth, the risks increase, and the line between professional duty and personal sacrifice becomes blurred. The film subtly explores his internal struggles, showing moments of doubt, frustration, and determination. This human element makes his character more relatable and adds depth to his journey. In contrast, Matthews is portrayed as someone who has fully embraced his path, showing little to no hesitation in his actions. His unwavering belief in his cause makes him a formidable adversary, as he does not see himself as a villain, but as a revolutionary. This perspective adds complexity to his character, making him more than just a one-dimensional antagonist. The film does not justify his actions, but it does provide insight into his mindset, allowing the audience to understand the mechanisms behind his influence. The narrative also touches on broader themes such as power, control, and the consequences of unchecked ideology. It raises questions about how such groups are formed and how they manage to sustain themselves despite the risks. The film does not offer easy answers, but it encourages reflection, prompting viewers to think about the real-world implications of such movements. This thematic depth elevates the story beyond a simple crime thriller, giving it a lasting impact. As the investigation intensifies, the film builds toward a series of confrontations that are both tense and emotionally charged. These moments are not just about action, but about the culmination of everything that has been building throughout the story. The stakes feel real, and the outcomes carry weight, making each scene impactful. The resolution does not feel overly dramatized, but instead aligns with the grounded tone established from the beginning. The release of the film brought it into the spotlight, where it was introduced to audiences in a setting that celebrates cinematic excellence. Its debut created anticipation and set the stage for its wider availability. The transition to a global platform allowed it to reach a broader audience, making its story accessible to viewers around the world. This approach ensured that the film could generate discussion and engagement beyond its initial release. The reception of the film reflects its strength in storytelling and performance. It has been appreciated for its ability to handle a complex and sensitive subject with seriousness and depth. The performances, particularly those of the lead actors, have been noted for their authenticity and intensity. Their portrayals bring the characters to life, making the story more compelling and believable. The direction ensures that the narrative remains focused, maintaining a balance between tension and clarity. The trailer played an important role in setting expectations for the film. It offered glimpses of the intense atmosphere, the central conflict, and the characters involved. Through carefully selected scenes and pacing, it conveyed the tone of the film without revealing too much, creating curiosity and anticipation. The use of sharp visuals and impactful dialogue in the preview helped to establish the film as a serious and engaging thriller. As the story reaches its conclusion, it leaves a lasting impression. The journey feels complete, yet it does not attempt to simplify the complexities it has explored. Instead, it allows the audience to sit with the weight of what they have witnessed. The ending resonates because it stays true to the themes and characters, avoiding unnecessary dramatization while still delivering a powerful impact. Throughout the film, there is a consistent emphasis on realism and restraint. It does not rely on exaggerated elements, but instead focuses on creating a believable narrative that reflects the seriousness of its subject. This approach makes it more engaging, as the audience can connect with the story on a deeper level. The attention to detail, both in storytelling and execution, ensures that the film remains compelling from start to finish. Ultimately, The Order stands as a thought-provoking and intense cinematic experience that goes beyond conventional storytelling. It combines strong performances, a carefully constructed narrative, and meaningful themes to create a film that is both engaging and impactful. It challenges the audience to confront uncomfortable realities while delivering a story that is gripping and memorable.